Hello and welcome to yet another video here on the YouTube channel Spillfilling Fellowship STF. My name is Andreas Norwegian Viking.
And I'm Wild.
And today we have episode 83 of the SBG Grand Campaign for you. And sadly, it's not a scenario where we use our new laketown terrain yet. Reason for this is that most of the laketown terrain looks like this, or is being painted as we speak, or built. So we needed a couple of weeks. Reason for this is I was on military exercises, I became ill just after, so that's nearly a month of
Sickness.
of work not being done. You had lots of work to do. Stig has started a new training academy thing. So we've been a bit busy, and thus we haven't finished the terrain, and we really want to feature terrain in the new battle report for Laketown. So what we're going to do instead is that luckily this month, September, when we're filming this, or well, last month, September, a new White Wolf was released, and inside this White Wolf, Jay has revisited two scenarios from the There and Back Again rulebook.
Or Survivor.
Yeah, well, one of them was in the rulebook, the other one was not in the rulebook. I think that was released in White Wolf.
Yeah.
So we have for you this week the Chase, which you will have seen before with Radagast and Thorin's company trying to weave its way through the craggy hills, the dreaded Scene 66 or something from the extended material. Yeah. And in the original version, Azog was in, maybe Bolg as well.
And it's the chase there is from the troll cave.
Yeah.
And not to the secret entrance to Rivendell.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things that were missed.
Yeah, so so we could continue on to this.
Yeah,
actually.
So Weil has a mad plan about renumbering the episodes at some point as well to make them proper. So this will be Chase Mark II, where we'll use the actual movie participants, that's Yazneg and Warg Riders instead of Azog and Warg Riders. The good side has no additional troops added onto them. But yeah, I think it will be a lot of fun to play this scenario again. I seem to remember Azog and about 20 Warg Riders and Wargs ganging up on Azog's not Thranduil,
Radagast.
not Azog, Radagast chariot, and just executing him. So
I can't remember playing the scenarios at all.
it is about a year ago, I think. So yeah. So we will play this again, and there's a bunch of special rules which we'll go through after the break and after this. Having escaped the trolls, the company of Thorin Oakenshield soon encounters Radagast the Brown, an eccentric wizard who brings news of the goings-on in Dol Guldur to Gandalf. Yet as the company stop for rest, they hear the howls of wargs growing closer. They cannot risk staying in the open. Radagast hops aboard his rabbit-drawn sled to divert the nearing orc pack as Gandalf leads the dwarves in a desperate sprint for safety in the hidden valley. And so begins the battle. So the scenario is found in White Dwarf, September 2017.
The layout of the scenario is played on a 6x4 foot table as described on the map you can see. The scenario takes place upon the rocky plains near to Rivendell. The board should be densely packed with large rocks, rock piles and hills, giving plenty of cover for Thorin's company to utilize. In the center of the eastern board edge, there should be a rock pile which houses the entrance to the hidden valley, the place where the dwarves must reach in order to get to safety, marked X. So the participants are, for the good side, Thorin Oakenshield, Keely, Feely, Balin, Dwalin, Biffa, Bofa, Bomber, Ori, Nori, Dori, Oin, Gloin, Bilbo Baggins, Gandalf the Grey, Radagast the Brown on Sleigh. Note that Thorin and Bilbo have now retrieved Orcrist and Sting from the Troll Horde, so they will have them for this scenario onwards. Bilbo has yet to discover the ring, so he cannot use it yet. For the evil side, you have Yazneg on Felwarg, 12 Hunter Orcs on Felwarg, and 12 Felwargs. Starting positions. The good player deploys Radagast the Brown in the center of the board, then deploys Thorin Company within 3 inches of the center of the western board edge. The evil player deploys their models anywhere within 4 to 8 inches of the eastern board edge, but at least 10 inches away from Radagast. Objectives. The dwarves must reach the safety of the hidden valley if they hope to survive. The orcs have been sent by Azog to slay the dwarves and return with the head of Thorin. The game lasts until there are no members of Thorin's company left on the board. The good player wins if at least 9 members of Thorin's company manage to escape the board edge by moving off through the entrance of the hidden valley. The point mark X. The evil player wins if he can prevent this. Additionally, the good player must endeavor to keep Radagast alive. If the good player completes the objective but Radagast is slain, the game is a draw. Special rules. Radagast atop his sleigh. Radagast has provided Thorin's company with a decoy, distracting the pursuing wargs from their true purpose. Evil models must move as fast as possible towards Radagast's sleigh, charging if they can. This stipulation ends immediately if one of the following situations arise. An evil model is targeted by a shooting attack or magical power made by any member of Thorin's company. An evil model is charged by any member of Thorin's company, or Radagast's sleigh is slain or removed, their dogs chasing rabbits after all. Additionally, Radagast may choose to move off the board edge via any board edge during any of his move phases. If it does this, the above stipulation will end immediately. Whilst having Radagast on the board is desirable, there may be a situation where having him leave the board edge is the best course of action. He may be badly wounded, for example. The Hunters gather. The Orc pack have been searching far and wide for the trail of Thorin Oakenshield, and the commotion made by the Orcs' encounter with the Dwarves will likely draw even more of their allies to the fray. Each time an evil warrior is slain, place it to one side. At the end of each evil move phase, roll a d6 for each model placed aside in this manner. On a 4+, it may re-enter the battle as reinforcements. Roll on the table below to see where it enters. On a 1, anywhere on the northern board edge. On a 2, anywhere along the southern board edge. On a 3, anywhere along the eastern board edge. And 4 to 6, anywhere along the northern, southern, or eastern board edges. As soon as any members of Thorin's company escapes the board via the hidden valley, the evil player's reinforcements stop immediately. As an extra incentive, there's a scenario bonus if you play this as a linked campaign. So if you're playing this as a scenario as part of the campaign laid out in the Hobbit Unexpected Journey rules manual, this scenario should be treated as scenario 2 instead of the one presented. Furthermore, if the good side wins, then all good models automatically receive all their might, will, and fate back. If the evil side wins, no good model may receive the most audacious fellow bonus. There's also a designated note for this scenario. This scenario reenacts a scene where Radagast leads the orcs on a wild goose chase, or more accurately, a wild rabbit chase, buying Thorin's company enough time to reach the safety of the hidden valley. In this scenario, the good player needs to keep the brown wizard on the board for as long as possible to keep the orcs pack distracted. However, Radagast cannot provide a description for too long, for should he fall to Yasnak's followers, victory will be out of the good player's grasp. Loads of heroic marches will be called at some point.
Yep.
So good starts with priority. So good luck.
Good luck.
And let the best orc win. So yeah, anything to call in the movement phase?
Heroic march with that guy. We need to make a list.
That's Beaufort,
Yep.
I think. Alright, so we'll come back once we both have moved. Alright, so Radagast has decided to move towards the forest, where some of the wargs can't reach him, or have to move slow through. So they've all moved directly towards Radagast, while Radagast is fleeing, and after a heroic march was called, the dwarves have moved as fast as they could upwards. So, priority turn 2, I guess.
Yep.
So, do you want to use the white dice,
Yep.
and I can use the black ones? So 5, it's strong from the good side.
Yep.
And retains priority, even though it doesn't matter because I couldn't have charged anyway.
Yep.
So yeah, and also Radagast cast Terrifying Aura as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you know that has been done. So anything to call?
Heroic march with the same guy.
Yeah, I'll save my might because I can't reach you anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll come back after movement. Alright, so here is the board after movement from both sides. Gandalf has now cast Terrifying Aura on himself as well. So as we know that. So Radagast has now lured some of the wargs behind the woods and some of them in it, so they will have less movement. And obviously, since I have to move as fast as possible towards the wizard, it has provided me with some difficult situations. The first being that Yasnag is in the middle of a horde of orcs. So that even though one of my wargs could potentially manage to charge Radagast with a roll of an 8 on a courage test, it's not a legal move because obviously I can't stay within 6 inches as Yasnag has to move first. So yeah, I'm pondering now that there might not be any combat rolls at all in this game. So we'll see. Priority turn 2. Oh, 3 actually. Give me a black die. Oh, it's strong again from the good side with a 5.
Oh.
But not as strong as a 6.
I'll call a heroic move with Radagast.
Yeah, anything else to call?
Heroic march with him. Dory.
Dory, yeah. Okay. So we'll come back once we have moved. Right, so the rabbit chase continues with Radagast moving towards the edge of the board here, dragging all of the orcs and wargs after him. While the Fellowship, well not Fellowship, the Company of Thorin Oakenshield has moved not directly towards them, because then it would crash into the wargs, but they have moved to the side. So just imagine there's a bit of a ravine there, so they cannot be seen.
Tall grass.
Tall grass, yeah. They're dwarves, after all.
Yeah, exactly.
And Gandalf has now cast a blinding light, so in case of a wizard being killed, the orcs will have a harder time shooting at them as well. So that's it for movement, and nothing else happens, very uneventful. So turn 4, not strong from the company, but it's better than a 1. And again, I'm trapped inside, so no heroics from me. Anything to call from you?
No. Oh, March, of course.
Okay, with who?
Gandalf?
Yeah, Gandalf calls a heroic march. So we'll come back once both sides have moved. So Thorin's company is nearing the center of the board with
with Gandalf leading in front with his long legs.
Mm-hmm.
And Radagast is now, I think soon there will be something happening. But again, since I was stupid man and didn't deploy Yazneg in the center, in the front line,
Yeah.
even though you win priority next turn, I can't call a heroic move because it won't be a legal charge. So yeah, that'll do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So priority. Oh, it goes to evil. Anything to call?
Heroic move with Radagast.
Yeah.
And heroic march with
Ori?
Ori.
Yeah. That is fine.
And I will start with the with Radagast.
Yeah.
He will cast. He will spend his 3 points of will and 2 more to cast Panic Steed on Yazneg.
On Yazneg, okay.
It's cast on 6.
Cast on 6. Yazneg only has a will of 1 or a 2, I think. Let's check and come back. So we just checked. Yazneg only has 1 will point, but he has 3 might points. So needing to match a 6. Come on! Oh, it's a 6. So Radagast will continue moving, and will come back after we have done so. So Thorin's company continue their run towards the edge of the board and the secret entrance to Rivendell, just on the left hand side of the screen there. While on the other side of the board we have Radagast very, very close to the wargs now. Yazneg also has made himself a bit of a hole with some cunning moving of the wargs. So he can get through now, calling heroic against Radagast, so it's down to fate, I think. So yeah. Anything more to do before roll priority? Don't think so. So priority turn 6. No! It's 1. I have to call a heroic with Yazneg.
Then I will call heroic with heroic move.
With Radagast.
Counter with Radagast.
And that's Radagast's final might point. So it was your priority.
Yep.
Will it go to evil?
Yes.
It does. So if you don't mind giving me an extra die, I will have to cast a bunch of terror checks. So we start off with Yazneg. Courage 3. His will point is already spent, but he has 2 might points remaining. What do I roll? Oh, both dice are cocked. Come on! I see the 6, and he's in. So he charges Radagast just there. Then we have this orc, Courage 2. Fails. This orc. Fails. Damn it. So this warg will move out of the way there. So he has moved. I think that's 2, 2, and 6, yeah. So this orc will now charge.
You'll have to charge the fast and move towards Radagast the fastest.
Yeah, and charging him is...
Well, the other guy, the guy that moved out of the way. Is that the fastest towards?
Oh, there we go.
It's a stupid dog.
Yeah, but charging would be the fastest.
That
route.
is,
Yeah.
that is.
So he will charge. Fails it. I think he can get around.
He'll be able to.
So him. Come on! This doggy. No.
But he can move.
Yeah.
Well, it
So-
has to move.
These all of these can move. This one will charge. Yeah, it actually does. So it charges Radagast. Come on! Because there's no room for another one. This one, yeah, charges, and then...
You're trapping yourself.
They are trapping themselves, because I have to.
Looks fun though.
Crap. Oh, that means Yasneg will be trapped.
Yep.
Come on. So, the fastest way for this warg would be around here.
Mm-hmm.
And then that means the fastest way is for him to get to here, because that's closer than there. So, moving in there, and then these guys will just move after. This is just horrible. Yeah.
Okay, then these guys will continue running.
Yeah.
And we'll come back with the combat. These are raspberry rabbits. And they will kick Yasnig's.
So you have a higher fight with
Yep.
fight value of 5. I charged, but I gained no charge bonus from other than my lance.
Mm-hmm.
So we have 2 wargs in black and 2 dice for Yasneg. He still has 2 might points. So, ooh, a 3 highest.
That is a bad roll. Ooh, it's a 4 highest.
I got a 4, but
And
you have 0 might points.
Don't have any mites.
So you are pushed back 1 inch.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. And I will now try to kill the sleigh, because then I can ignore Radagast.
Or if you kill Radagast.
Yeah,
What's the easiest?
killing the sleigh, because Radagast has 3 fate points.
Mm.
The sleigh has a defense of 3 as well, so I will wound the sleigh on 3s with Yasneg.
Mm-hmm.
He has 4 wounds, so I have to wound with everything.
Yep.
So 4s with Yasneg, and 3s with Yasneg, and 4s with the Wogs. Damn it! So it should have been the other way around. If that was a 2, I could have used my last 2 point points.
Yeah.
So the sleigh has 1 wound left,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the turn. So priority turn 7 goes to evil. You can't counter. So guess we'll just take a bunch of courage tests then, because we'll have to.
I'll go Orc March with Bomber.
Bomber. Yeah.
Yeah, Bomber.
Good. So Yasnag. Plus 3 is 7. And he has 2 might points and no will, so he fails.
Yep.
This rider fails. Come on. This warg makes it. This warg does make it.
The guy.
This warg?
Yeah.
No? Okay, so...
Well, can he charge through?
Yeah, but if you charge with cavalry through terrain, that means you get a quarter.
So you're not.
So 2.5 inches is to there. And I can't get through here. So it's horrible. So he will have to move to there. And he will have to move to there. And he will have to move to there. No, he will move as fast as possible.
Stop
and since he can't charge, he'll move to there. So I'm at least blocking your escape. Well, unless you just move off the... So, yeah. I think this is the way it has to be. Yeah.
Yep. And then these guys will roll up. Should we just roll the priority? No, we'll have to do the fights as well. I
Yeah.
forgot about that because you got the one wargame.
Alright, so with the 1 warg charging, we have a combat. But as I said to a while earlier, if Radagast had 1 might point remaining, he could have done a heroic combat and tried to take out Yazneg and then possibly getting the heroic move. No, the move next turn. So things could happen. But as it stands now, we have a warg charging Radagast with his 4 attacks against my 1. Used at the bar at mighty 6 and wins it. So the warg is trapped, and it's very, very dead. First casualty of the game. You cannot escape,
Nope.
except off the board.
Or I can charge.
Or you could charge.
And you can fail all the courage tests.
Yeah. So we'll see for... Yeah, and of course, Thorin's company moved
Yeah,
towards the...
they're getting ever closer.
Yeah, 3 turns left, I think, for everyone but the Hobbit. Oh, it's a 3, and a 3, so it goes to you, actually.
Yes. Do you have 1 more might? 2 more might.
I have 2 more might. I don't have to call anything. Yes, it went to you. Yeah. If I call, because you can just escape, and there's no chance of me getting towards you, so I'll have to call heroic move to try to kill Radagast. Because if I don't, you just move out, and then I can't catch you. So I'll go for the draw. We'll try at least. So heroic combat with Yazneg. Move with Yazneg.
Yep.
Courage for Yazneg. It just succeeds with 10, so he moves to there. This warg doesn't make it. This warg doesn't make it. This orc doesn't make it.
Warg.
Yep. Yes, makes it. And he will move to there. This orc doesn't make it. This orc doesn't make it. This warg doesn't make it. And that's the choke point. Damn it. So, yeah. Yeah.
And I did call heroic march.
Yeah. With
I
who?
just didn't say it loud. Hammer guy. Baldy.
Dwalin.
Dwalin.
Big Dwalin. Okay.
It's been a long time since we played with the dwarfs, so I have forgotten all of their names. Should we just take the combat?
Yeah, and you
I'll
can move them afterwards.
Because
yeah.
it won't affect anything.
So, Yazneg in green, he has 1 point of might remaining. But you, of course, win on a 6.
So, I kill Yazneg on...
You have strength 4, his defense 5. So that would be 5s.
And he has 2 wounds.
2 wounds, 1 fate.
And he has 1 might left.
Yeah.
Let's kill Yazneg.
Nope. 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 No. Yazneg lives. Woohoo!
Yeah. Priority, and then I'll move.
Yeah. Goes to evil. No. Alright, so the dreaded courage rolls on the wargs now. This is going to go horrible. So with 1 might point remaining, Yazneg will try to go in. He makes it.
Oh!
So he goes to there. This warg does make it. This warg does make it. This warg rider does make it. This warg rider. No. This warg. Yes. This Warg Rider makes it. I have one more space, and both of these can get in. So the Rider first, no. The Warg, no. And that's the choke point. So, and they have to move as fast. Yeah, they have to move as fast as possible.
In.
There we go. So well, check out the company as well.
We're one move ahead.
No, you haven't.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So the company is now looking close.
So Gandalf is standing at the entrance. Go on, run, you fools! And there's something weird happening here.
Well, we'll see.
Because Bilbo has a straight line.
Mr. Baggins can now move, call a heroic march, and run as fast as he can and get out and bring everyone with him.
That's pretty incredible. So we have a combat phase. Let's see if I can kill Radagast. So I have 1 might point remaining, and I'll use that to call a heroic strike.
Okay. You want to strike
my
up?
Strike up goes to 8, so I'm higher than you.
Okay. I'll set the bar at a 6.
Damn it. So Yazneg, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 Wargs, because I don't get any charge bonuses. Needing a 6 to win, no might points remaining, we get a 6. I'll have to try to kill Radagast now, because taking out the sleigh doesn't do anything.
Nope.
So, and it is now trapped because it can't move. So Yazneg has 4 strikes on Radagast with a lance bonus. His strength 4, your defense 5, so that would be force. So that's 2 wounds on Radagast.
Is he, do you have to roll in the way for the sleigh?
No.
2 wounds, 2 fate? Or how many fate does he have?
3.
3, so I can spend 1 more. I'll have to spend the last one.
So he's 0 fate, 3 wounds left, which means that I'll have to roll, with these 4 dice, I have to roll 3 5s or 6s. Come on! 1. So Radagast takes 1 wound. Okay. And I'll have to be pushed back though.
And then it's actually a quite important... Or does it end as soon as the company is left?
We'll check.
And we'll come back.
Okay, so important priority roll. Well, not really,
Not really.
because the game will end immediately when there are no members left of Thorin's company. And with a march from Bilbo, that will be everyone in the movement phase, which means I can't kill Radagast because I have no way of killing him in the movement phase, sadly. So we will have to roll priority, and it would be cool if you got it, because then you could just move Radagast off the board.
And I did because I had priority. No, you had priority?
I had priority last.
Yep. So Radagast escapes out of the table. Bilbo calls a heroic march.
Yes. And he will reach the safety.
Woo! And bring the whole company with him.
Thus ending the game. Thanks for the game.
Thanks for the game. Let's come back with the post-battle batter breakdown.
Alright, so welcome back to the post-battle breakdown. Post-battle batter breakdown. Victory for good. And we had some thoughts while we were cleaning up the table about the scenario, that there are 2 ways of playing this game.
Yeah.
You can play it as a standalone, and the evil side has a very hard time because Radagast will use loads of heroic moves. I could have been more smart in my deployment of Jasnag. I think that would have made a bit of a difference. But and also you had a comment about him being able to cast magic while being on the sleigh.
Yeah.
In this scenario particularly.
If he'd have to, either he can't cast magic at all, or he can only cast magic if he moves half, because of the rush of the hunt. You know, he's trying to get away from these guys, and also trying to lure them after him as well. So you know, you're a really, really good wizard if you're able to cast spells at the same time. Probably.
Yeah.
Not that Radagast isn't, but I think he'd have enough to worry about.
Yeah, and I think also in a point smash this would be about 500 points of orcs against about 1,200 points of good, or something like that.
Yeah, but it's not a match play.
No.
It's
it's a cool scenario. So the other way to play it is of course using the linked scenarios, where you would have played a couple of games before, and that would mean that you might have less might, will and fate points left on the company, and also if you manage to lose or draw this scenario, you wouldn't get any of the might, will and fate automatically back. You have to roll for it. Because of course they arrive to Rivendell, but they only get all their might, will and fate back if they draw. No, if they win. So
I could probably also have taken Radagast out of the game earlier. When as soon as I reached the opposite board edge, I just run him off, and then you'd have to
run after you.
Run after me. And you might have been able to catch up with the couple
of them, yeah.
Maybe.
And you had to protect Bilbo as well, because if Bilbo dies, that's an automatic win.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. Okay. It's usually the case for these scenarios that if you either kill Frodo or Bilbo.
I don't think it was said in this, but
Jay, have you
forgotten
something? Alright, so that was this week's scenario. Next week we will return with the second scenario from the White Dwarf. The same White Dwarf, which is the... it was called...
Hunting Orcs.
Hunting Orcs, and now it's Hunting Party. It's called Hunting Party.
The Master of Rivendell is out with his cavalry.
Yeah, and I've already seen a couple of changes done to the scenario, so that it slightly changes the balance of it, because I do remember it was a bit one-sided when we played it last. So hopefully that was good changes. Until then, I have been Andreas Norwegian Viking.
I'm Wild.
And please remember to check out our Patreon in the link in the description below. It is a way for you to support our endeavors here at the channel, giving us the chance to make cool terrain, buy terrain, our next project is to buy better sound equipment, so that you have better quality sound on the videos, and loads more. So do check it out. You can donate $1 or more a month if you choose, and you get these episodes 1 week early in addition to exclusives every month. And thank you to everyone who's already donated to our patrons so far.
And as always, please comment, like, share and subscribe.
And support your hobby.